So we are back with the quarterfinal team builder against Team Cyberbaz. So unfortunately, we didn't actually make top two. We are in the third to sixth bracket because the table wasn't updated properly, and we thought we only needed 2 KOs when we needed 5. So we changed our strategy, saving some techs for top cut, and hopefully we'll be using them next week. But if we'd have used those techs against what they bought, we would have almost certainly won, but we could have fainted turn 1. But oh well, we have to play this match anyway against Team Cyberbaz. So last time it was pretty close. It came down to literally a zoom roll at the end, burned and in red health, so pretty much as close as you can get. But this time there's a few changes. Like, we've got 3 different Pokemon, they've got 2 different ones. Although the Lycanroc is pretty unlikely to come. I can't see the Lycanroc coming at all. But they did change. It was Hitmonlee and Fungus for Parasect and Lycanroc. So Lycanroc won't come, but Parasect definitely could, because redirection is really nice. I don't think they would want to sacrifice the Volcarona for redirection when Quiver Dancing and setting up is pretty good for it. So Parasect could definitely come. Drifblim didn't do too much last match, so I think if Parasect is coming, it's over Drifblim. I think the 6 they bought were probably the best ones, but Parasect definitely has its place as well. Don't really see Mega Glalie coming. I don't think it should. It should be between the 6 they brought and Parasect, and they drop one of them for Parasect if it does come. But yeah, we're changing up our lead completely now. Like, we've got Raichu and Azumarill as the bluff Pokemon, so that we can still have that potential lead. It was a great lead as well. It's funny because it was a secret way of beating Tapu Lele Drifblim, and it was so secret that even after the match, Aaron didn't know how we would beat Lele Blim lead. So and ended up working out pretty well, even though they didn't lead Tapu Lele Drifblim. But if they do this time, we've still got our techs against it, because we're going to be leading Durant and Magmortar. Yes, Magmortar. So basically, 2 things that, like, the 2 main leads for them are Tapu Lele Drifblim and Raichu Volcarona. They definitely could switch it up and go with something else, given that they saw that we were prepared for both of those leads last time. But if they do go with those leads, we think that the Lele is going to be Scarfed this time. Like, we thought with the Lele or the Nidoqueen was going to be Scarfed, and neither of them were. This time, one of them will be. But if it's Scarfed Tapu Lele, they can't lead with Scarfed Tapu Lele and Drifblim, because if we lead with Raichu Koko, we get the terrain, and then our Raichu is faster than their Drifblim. So they can't lead with Scarf Lele and Drifblim. They can lead with Lele and Drifblim, but then, like, logic says that Lele can't be Scarfed. It would have to underspeed our Koko to get in Psychic Terrain at the end of the exchange of terrains. Because Drifblim will always be able to get up its Tailwind if they're in Psychic Terrain on turn 1. So Lele can't be Scarfed. That means that if we lead Durant, Magmortar, they need to protect Tailwind. So we can snatch that Tailwind with our Magmortar. And then they just protected. We can start snarling things. We can KO the Lele with our Durant afterwards, because we should. I think the plan is go for Home Claw Snatch if they lead Tapu Lele Drifblim, and then we get a KO on the Lele. I haven't actually calced to see if no, it's not +1 Dark Pulse, because that's the other thing. But Dark Pulse won't KO Drifblim, so they'll be able to get there. Actually, we could go for Z Stone Engine to Drifblim just to guarantee they don't attack, and then we could go for Snarl with Zoroark. But yeah, the Zoroark is the big thing. The Snatch is the important thing, because if they go with Raichu Volcarona as well, and they see Durant Magmortar, literally all logic dictates that they fake out Quiver Dance. Like, unless they're Scarf Volcarona, which they won't be because Lele or Nidoqueen is Scarfed, they fake out Quiver Dance is the only play that makes sense. They can't feint and Heat Wave or whatever, because we could just Rock Move the Volcarona. They have to fake out the Durant and Quiver Dance, which means we snatch their Quiver Dance with Zoroark, and then we just start spamming Snarl. Even if the Raichu is HP Fire, they can't go for HP Fire turn 1, because we've got a Magmortar that could just follow me away the HP Fire. And then next turn, I've EV'd the Durant so that a -1 Raichu HP Fire won't KO Durant. So if we snatch their Quiver Dance and then Snarl the Raichu turn 2, the Durant will live the HP Fire, because that's the worst thing that the Raichu can go for, and then we Z-Rockium the Volcarona to KO it. The Raichu's snarled and at -1 and in range. I think think that +1 snarl 2-shot Raichu, so then we're in a fantastic position. Basically, if Zoroark snatches something, we've got so much momentum. It's got Dark Pulse and Grass not as good coverage as well, because Dark is actually pretty good against their team, and pretty much the only thing it doesn't hit is Sharpedo and Grass Knot Oko's Sharpedo, whether it Mega Evolves or not. Because it gains 20 base power against Sharpedo, even though against Mega Sharpedo, even though Mega Sharpedo gets its special defense increase. So Grass Knot does Oko both, and if they do lead with Sharpedo, for some reason, I don't think they're bringing Sharpedo, but if they do, then if they lead it, they should be regular Sharpedo waterfalling, or liquidationing actually, because liquidation is slightly stronger, which means that we won't have to deal with any speed ties with the Sharpedo and just Oko it with Grass Knot. So this lead covers so much. The things that it can go wrong against are Scarf Lele, Scarf any, it's Scarf Lele and Scarf Nidoqueen, but even then, they can't really Flamethrower turn 1. They would have to Earth Power the Zoroark, and Zoroark can live a Nidoqueen, anything. It's only Scarf Lele, and even if they lead with Scarf Lele, they would be Psychicking, hopefully they would be Psychicking the Magmortar, and then that wouldn't work, and then they'd be locked into Psychic against the Zoroark, which would be really nice. So this lead covers so much. The Lumberry as well is in case they lead Raichu, and then they try to nuzzle our +1 Zoroark, or just nuzzle it in general. So hopefully we've covered most things, if not all things, or at least all reasonable things that could happen turn 1 with this Durant Zoroark lead. So the Gallade is pretty much the same as last time. I think it was the same 4 moves, except we got Psycho Cut over Zen Headbutt this time, because we missed our Zen Headbutt with Gallade and then it just died and did nothing. And if we'd have hit that Zen Headbutt, then we wouldn't have had to deal with the potential Flame Body at the end of the game. The Coco, we changed it from Steelium to Electrium this time, because we dealt with the Raichu pretty early on before, so hopefully we can do that again. And Z Wild Charge, even in Psychic Terrain, can Oko Tapu Lele. I put a bit more attack into it so that I don't know what their defense was last time, because they don't reveal their spreads, which they should do. But this attack KOs a Lele that's got the amount of HP investment that they had last time, and just 4 defense. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. We got Skydrop because of that potential Parasect now. I guess there was a Fungus last time that could have still done the same things, but we didn't think Fungus was coming, but Parasect definitely can this time. And Skydrop can get around that stuff. And the final move, as you can see, Giga Impact, it might not be that, because at the moment I've theoried quite a few other moves on the Coco. We've got Nature's Madness, Light Screen, Iron Head again, but it can't hit the Raichu or the Nidoqueen really at all. Even HP Ground, because we want to be physical, does 30%, and it's rubbish. So if we have to attack the Nidoqueen for some reason with Coco, then Giga Impact can still do a reasonable amount of damage. That's my logic. Nature's Madness can still do 50% and stuff as well, but I need to be able to just talk to the Jamies just before the match to decide on that final move on Coco, because I'm pretty sure the rest is set. The Staraptor, I think, is exactly the same as last time, except Quick Attack over Endeavour, because Brave Bird still hits pretty much the entirety of their team if you ignore the Lichen Rock, which we are planning to do. And then Endeavour didn't do anything last time, it was literally just for the Metagross, but then we're just not going to hit the Metagross with Staraptor. And basically came to the conclusion that if we can't think of that 3rd slot for Staraptor, we just put on Quick Attack. Even though they have a Lele, we can change the terrain as well, but Quick Attack was really nice against Dream Ball, so we pretty much made it a rule. We can't think of the other move for Staraptor, go with Quick Attack. And then Magmortar has a Psychic Seed, because they can still set the terrain for us, and they are mainly special attackers, and with the Psychic Seed, Magmortar can take all the hits. Maybe not a liquidation for a Mega Sharpedo, but if it gets the Seed boost, it can take things like Nidoqueen, Earth Power, and I think it took Shattered Psyche from Lele. I just need to double check that before we get into the match. And we got Rock Tomb on it this time, because the end game with the Volcarona Magmortar, if we'd have just had Rock Tomb over Heat Wave, that end game wouldn't have had to come down to Flame Body again, so Rock Tomb size. And we do have Follow Me this time. We went full offensive last time, we did have Psychic before to hit the Nidoqueen, but Overheat actually still hits the Nidoqueen pretty hard, so that's going to be the team. Hopefully we can pull out the win, because we did think we were straight into top 4, and we do have to mess around with this elimination game. So it would be pretty devastating for us if we don't manage to win this game, because we did expect to be top 4. But there we go. We'll have to see how it goes. And so don't know where this is, which channel this is going up on. Obviously, you know, because you're watching it. But whichever channel this is on, so if this is on Kean's, then the battle will be on mine. And if this is on mine, then the battle will be on Kean's. And it should be going up tomorrow, I think. I don't think we're going to be waiting for the weekend, but we'll see. But yeah, look forward to the match. I know we're not. Thanks for watching.